2-1-2. We are live from the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena as Coventry Sphinx versus Long Eaton United has just got underway. Coventry Sphinx in their usual sky blue and white home strip with the navy shorts and socks. Long Eaton in a changed strip of red shirts with black stripes and red shorts and socks. My name's Liam Cook, taking you through the entirety of the action this afternoon. Let's get you into the starting lineups, kicking off with our visitors of Long Eaton United, starting for the Blues this afternoon. Number 1, Lewis King. 2, Jaden Cottrell. Number 3, Ryan Campbell-Gordon. 4 is Callum Cox. Number 5, Riley DeSena. 6, Gianluca Bucci. Number 7 is James Shaw. 8, James Hanson. 9, Evan Garnett. Number 10, Liam Lachlan. And number 11, James Taylor. And for Coventry Sphinx this afternoon, number 1, Keelan Fallows. 2, Riley Nicholson. 3, Jamie Draper. Number 4, Jack Downs. 5, Lewis Guest. 6, Pat Zito. Number 7, Andre Williams. 8, Callum Woodward. 9, Sam Lockley. Number 10 is Kyle Carey. And number 11, Alex Locke. Bursting into the right-hand side of the penalty area. A little stumble on the way through from Liam Lachlan, looking to get a route in to Keelan Fallows' net. That's a timely stumble. Takes him off balance and allows Fallows to gobble it up. That's a Sphinx Drive, which now has a bit more of an open plan around it, as the trees behind the goal to our left have been cut down over the last 7 days, making it look a little bit more bare on that side of the ground. But as long as there's plenty of goals at that end of the park, I don't think the Sphinx Army will care a jot. The Sphinx have a throw-in at that end of the park on the left wing. Carey looking for Lockley, but hooked away as far as Patrick Zito. Draper just over the head of Alex Locke with that lofted ball. Carey trying to get on the end of that one. It's James Hanson rolling it to the left-hand side for Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Andre Williams trying to stop his run down the left-hand side, and he's done so. Gordon maintains possession. Bucci on his debut after signing from Kozel this week. It's now with Evan Garnett. Just a strike for Garnett! Flashes wide in the opening 2 minutes of play. Evan Garnett coming. Evan Garnett flashing it past Keelan Fallows' net. An early warning sign from Long Eaton United. Of course, keep you up to date what's going on around the grounds in the Pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Let's remind you of the fixtures this afternoon. Bedworth United host Shepshed Dynamo. Boldmere at home to Wellingborough. Kozel Town host Darlaston. Lytown versus Corby Town. Cowser at home to Hinckley. Walsall Wood host Racing Club Warwick, and Worcester City will take on Quorn. A couple of games not going ahead due to involvements in the FA Cup, including Rugby Town in a high-profile match against Hednesford Town. And this commentator needs something to smile about today, because if you haven't seen the Formula One results, look away now, as they say before match of the day. But Lando Norris down in 17th place, so I need something to cheer today. Here's Kyle Carey with acres of space through the centre of the park, and he's returned to first-team action. Look to slot it in down the right for Rodney Nicholson, cut out well by the Long Eaton back line. Here's Liam Lachlan. Charged down by Jack Downs for a throw-in on that far side of the field on the halfway point. Long Eaton looking to get underway with this throw-in. Here's James Taylor, nodded away by Draper, who's playing almost as a left-back today. Woodward tries to clear, charged down most often number 8 in Hanson. Taylor. Garnett tries to bring it down. It's with Evan Garnett. Not afraid to strike it from range. Couldn't find a route around the returning Lewis Guest. His first start in a number of weeks. Woodward tried the give and go with Williams, but the go was a bit too much go for Williams, and a thrown in front of the away dugouts. Here's Callum Cox. Bucci. Played all the way back with Lewis King, the shot stopper for Long Eaton. Here is Bucci, his first appearance for his new club this afternoon. Cottrell. Locke battling for possession with his opposite number 11 in James Taylor. Rolls it down line for Bucci again. Through to Shaw. Stood away by Draper. Cottrell. Here's Riley DeSena. Bucci awaiting the ball across the left-hand side of the back line and gets it, rolls it into Sphinx territory. He's got options in front. Trying to thread it through for James Shaw. Cut out by Riley Nicholson. A little stumble by Nicholson, took the ball away from him. Cox. Now Bucci. And a dangerous ball back for the goalkeeper, Lewis King, and King couldn't get there. And it's out for a Coventry Sphinx corner, and a corner which should never have been, and King is not happy with his outfield players that are being forced into a position where he had to try and race back to the boundary line, and he couldn't get there in time. So, after 6 minutes of play here at Sphinx Drive, Coventry Sphinx with their first meaningful attacking opportunity. Callum Woodward heads over to take this corner kick, which Lewis King will be absolutely outraged that he conceded in the first place, let alone if Sphinx end up scoring from this. Woodward gives his teammates the go-ahead to start moving. It's towards Lockley, not up rather than out by the Sphinx, but the Long Eaton back line, I should say. Alex Lock wrestles it back for the Sky Blue and White. Alex Lock looking to pick his spots. Well, it ends up closer to the corner flag from Alex Lock. He started up front last week against Sporting Kalasar and made an impression, looking to begin his second spell with Sphinx with a goal in his second start of the season. King plays it out with DeSena. Cox closed down by Callum Woodward, and DeSena caught out by Callum Woodward and concedes the throw. Quick throw from Woodward. Lockley chips it over. Gianluca Bucci swinging a miss by DeSena and headed back to King. Long Eaton looking very nervous at the back in the last couple of minutes, but now they're on the front foot with Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Avoids the slide of Riley Nicholson. Campbell-Gordon diving header away by Patrick Zito, and Locke is there to pick up the pieces. Well dealt with at the back for the home side. Locke. Woodward. Draper looks to finish the job, but rolls it to the feet of Cox. Shaw. Now Cottrell. Lachlan. And for a route through and pinballs to Patrick Zito. Keelan follows. Swipes it clear. Cushion header by Bucci. With Hansen, thumps it upfield, nodded across by Jamie Draper. There's a Long Eaton man who collects it. It's with Liam Lachlan. Flip back to Lachlan. Lachlan curls it in, and good blocking on show there by Riley Nicholson, ensuring that James Shaw couldn't get to the intended cross. And in retaliation, Shaw bundles over Nicholson, who strides away from the resulting goal kick. Free kick given. Sphinx have wasted that one, playing down the right-hand side of the park. It's out of play for a throw-in for Long Eaton, just shy of their own penalty area, taken quickly by Gianluca Bucci and to the goalkeeper in Lewis King. DeSena. Cottrell. First time ball on. Zito tried to push the Blues back. DeSena to Cox. Rolls the cross with James Hansen. Lachlan. Garnett. Shoved away by Lewis Gesper. Switch to the play. Looking for Jaden Cottrell. Deflected back to the number 2 by Locke, who looked to kickstart the counter for Coventry Sphinx. Here's DeSena at centre-back, and Bucci, Long Eaton looking to calm things down now before they push on again. Floating ball down the left-hand side, looking for Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Brings it to feet under pressure from Andre Williams, almost in a wing-back capacity in this stage of the game. Taps it over the line, does Williams, throw in right in the corner for Long Eaton, one of the favourites heading into this season for the title, but after a bang average first 4 matches, find themselves with just 1 victory in league competition, although they were narrowly beaten on penalties by Stafford Rangers last week. So are Long Eaton starting to turn a corner? Throw in by Gordon. Header away by Guest. Straight back to Gordon. First time delivery, and off the post from the header from James Taylor, and hook clear by Pat Zito. A lick of paint away from the opening goal for Long Eaton United. James Taylor heading off the woodwork from the second delivery from Ryan Campbell-Gordon. In the midfield now with Callum Cox. Garnett. At muscle by Patrick Zito. Referee said it's fair game, and Zito sending Sam Lockley on his way. Lockley's the wrong side of Bucci. Checks his run. Carey arriving on the scene. Lays it up to Alex Locke behind. Locke looking for the space to shoot. Alex Locke trying to thread it in for Lockley, but it just rolls through, I think, through the legs of Sam Lockley there, but a great attacking move on show for Coventry Sphinx. Lockley, now the only real centre forward for Coventry Sphinx in the absence of, oh, brilliant save by Lewis King. Kyle Carey from range. Carey back in the starting lineup, but then missing the game against Cowser from an injury suffered at Walsall Wood. Looking to reintroduce himself to the score sheet as well. Plucked around the post by King. Whipped in by Woodward. Gets at the far post, and King, did he tap it over the line? Yes, he did. I think he tried to pull out of that manoeuvre as he saw that Guest wasn't getting his head to the ball, but the fingertips did make contact before the ball crossed the line. The other side of the field it will be Woodward lining up once more. Only Draper and Nicholson back. Brought down well at the far post by Lewis King. The Long Eaton shot stopper slips as he distributes the ball, and so does the referee. You've heard of the floor is lava. Well, I think we've just played a game with the floor is clover. Locke receives from Jack Downs. And a Long Eaton sandwich here, but Downs is found. Lockley couldn't make contact with Locke, trying to find his route around the back. Desena finds Lewis King between the posts. But a poor clearance from King. Locke momentarily brought it back, but deflected to Ronnie Desena. Now Jaden Cottrell. Threads it into the penalty area, no one home. Lachlan couldn't make contact to control possession. And Keelan Fallows will calm things down. And there has been a goal at Vicarage Road. Coventry City lead early on at Watford. A 4th minute goal through Ellis Sims. So great news for the Sky Blues. Lockley knocks it back to Woodward. Over the back line, it's going to be King's ball all day long. Now Bucci. Strolling out from his back line. Lewis King. To Bucci again, signed this week from Coleshill Town. Sure is the target, little tangle of legs from Nicholson. And Nicholson volleys the ball upfield again. Bucci knotted across his back line to Desena. Desena will let it run for Jaden Cottrell, who wasn't under pressure from Alex Locke, but has enough time to find King. Taylor into the midfield. And volley to the right again with Jaden Cottrell. He's got space to utilise. Jaden Cottrell, can he get the cross away? It's Cottrell, and at the far post, oh, say them! Has it been slashed over the line? Yes, it has! It's Evan Garner who gets the decisive touch. The strike at Keelan Fallows onto the crossbar. Fallows could do no more. Garnett arrived on the scene and thumped it home. You had to feel for Fallows. He did all he could. He didn't deserve to concede in that situation. But Garnett, right place, right time, right power. Long Eaton United take the lead at Sphinx Drive. Well, the opening goal at Sphinx Drive this afternoon, now it's a real gut wrench for the Sky Blue and Whites. Zito. They're going to come back now with Hansen, Long Eaton United. Lachlan. Bucci. Plays the 1-2 with Hansen. Through to Cox. Bucci again. High one down the left-hand side for Campbell Gordon. Beaten mid-air by Williams. Sphinx now with their backs against the wall, cleared by Jack Downs. And Lewis King will collect on the left-hand side of his penalty area. What response will we see from the side of Sean Thomas and John Woodward? Still missing a couple of key players. Joe Percy out for the next 3 matches with a suspension. It's the second of Shea Willock's suspension. Played across now for Evan Garnett, looking for a second. Slide in by Guest, took enough of the ball for the referee's liking, but it was a chunky challenge from the vice-captain. Cox. Switches the play over to Gianluca Bucci. Long Eaton have the advantage. They have possession. They find themselves in exactly the position they would have wanted after 16 minutes. Coventry Sphinx 0, Long Eaton United 1. And there have been some goals elsewhere in our division. Wellingborough 1-0 up at Boldmere St Michael's. Taylor knocks it back. Evan Garnett looking to double his money, but strokes it wide. Also Quorn 1-up at Worcester City. A couple of goals in the Premier League and a surprise goal at the Etihad. Brentford 1-0 up in the first minute at Manchester City through Visa. 0-0 in the other games. At Manchester United 3-0 victors at Southampton in the early kickoff. Patrick Zita carries header towards Locke. But for Williams, with Bucci is first to seconds. Nicholson barges through after slides in with a rather nasty challenge on Ryan Campbell Gordon, a yellow card. He may have been lucky to only receive the yellow, and Campbell Gordon is in some trouble here. He went through the legs of Campbell Gordon from behind. You've seen red cards for that in the past. Shrugging off the attentions of Lachlan, I believe, and then following through with a gnarly tackle on the Long Eaton number 3, and he is going to need some help here. You're just joining us here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, 18 minutes in. And it's 1-0 to Long Eaton United through a real snatch and grab through Evan Garnett. Big shout out to Delina Moore, Sonia Williams and Natasha Lease, who are all tuned in. Make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying today's coverage. And well, the scenes at the Etihad didn't last for long. Erling Haaland's just equalised against Brentford. Brentford were in the lead at the Etihad, but it's now 1-1. And a reminder that Coventry City lead by 1-0 at Watford through Ellis Sims. Tricky couple of weeks coming up for Coventry Sphinx. Next home fixture in 2 weeks' time at home to Corby, but before that, trips to Quorn and Anstey. Sphinx would hope that this would be the game where they've probably got the best chance of getting 3 points in the next few weeks. I'm glad to report that Campbell Gordon is back on his feet, no substitution necessary. Hansen floats the ball in on the edge of the area. It's again. Snatched at that ball, but able to find Bucci. Taylor. Slide in by Jamie Draper, enough to take it into the path of Alex Locke. Woodward high into the sky, and Lockley will give chase. He's got Desana for company. Lockley brings it under feet. Locke. Downs arrives on the scene. Here is Jack Downs, knocks it on towards Locke again, but just deflected away from him by Jaden Cottrell. Carey not giving up on that ball though. Desana having to hold firm and launched it down the right touchline. Draper nods it on towards Locke. Has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. Just the wrong side of the white line. Locke unhappy, but it looks like the linesman has got that one right. Cottrell. Only onto the head of Downs. A poor throw from Cottrell. Looks for Lockley, but kept in by Cottrell. Desana. Back with Lewis King. Coming up to the halfway point of the first half. Remember, we will be going off there at half-time for around 10 minutes, so get yourself a glass of something cold or a mug of something hot. Get back here for 4 o'clock. As racing through now is Evan Garnett to make it 2! Agonisingly wide for the Long Eaton number 9, and arriving on the scene just out of time was James Shaw, who would have had an easy tap in if he was just a pace or two further up. The Long Eaton fans behind the dugouts are enjoying what they've seen so far. A strong start for the side recently relegated from Step 3, came into the division this season as one of the favourites for the Northern Premier League Midlands title. They haven't had the best of starts, but are we now seeing the awakening of Long Eaton United? Garnett stabs it into the ground. Guest muscling in. Deflected to Riley Nicholson. Woodward. Williams makes the run, has to backtrack to collect that ball. Off balance, but finds Kyle Carey. Locke awaiting the through ball, and it's through to Alex Locke. Flag stays down. Alex Locke for the equaliser, but a crucial clearance by Gianluca Bucci. A goal-saving clearance for the Long Eaton debutants. If it needed the help, Lockley was on point, but it didn't reach him thanks to the intervention of Bucci, making an immediate impression. From the resulting corner, Callum Woodward steps up. Towards Zito, Guest is in there too! Nodded wide. And Guest wanted Andre Williams to intervene, but Williams wasn't in a position to do so. Couple of goals in the Premier League to tell you about. Crystal Palace 1-0 down now at home to Leicester City, and Fulham have scored at home to London rivals West Ham. Darlison also took the lead at Coleshill, and still 1-0 for Quorn against Worcester and 1-0 for Wellingborough at Boldmere. So at the moment, no home side is winning. Jaden Cottrell looking to make a menace of himself again. Down the right for Taylor. Keelan Fallows brings that to his grasp expertly. The former Sky Blues youngster not taking any chances with that cross. Places it on the deck and thumps it upfield. Down the middle towards Lockley. Can Lockley go off there? No, he can't. Lewis King snatches the ball away from the head of Lockley. Draper wrestling with Taylor. Gets the way to Alex Locke. Locke held from behind, but it's with Kyle Carey. Overlap being made by Woodward. Now Jack Downs. Jamie Draper in a unconventional left-back role this afternoon. Carey. Ducking and diving away from Hansen. And Carey, I think Alex Locke is making his apologies there. It was a great ball from Carey, but in fact it's gone out for a corner. A touch has come from the referee indicating that Callum Cox flicked the ball on the way through. Well, Locke making his apologies, but they weren't needed. 20 minutes to go until half-time here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 0, Long Eaton United 1, but Coventry Sphinx are coming to life in the last couple of minutes. Woodward on point again. Guest goes to ground. Zito's up there. Not the most convincing of punches from King, but it does the trick. Lachlan. And we've got it. There's acres of space on the right-hand side for James Taylor. Heavy first touch. Takes it into the path of Draper, and Draper is fouled. The follow-through from Taylor, taking Draper out, and a yellow card for the Long Eaton number 11. A free kick on the outskirts of the centre circle in Sphinx's half. Guest waiting for the go-ahead from the man in black. Gets it now. Locklear awaiting the delivery. Just headed away only as far as Kyle Carey. Steadies himself. Ready to pick his spot, but there's too many red shirts in front of him. Or is there? Tries to go alone, but the ball collected by Callum Cox and lofted away down that left-hand side. James Shaw. Hands all over Shaw. Ronnie Nicholson and gets on the receiving end of another whistle from the referee. And of course, Nicholson has to be careful. He's on a yellow card, of course. And Sphinx can ill afford to lose another right back. Guest. And the game stopped for a head injury collision between Guest and the man in question. I can't see the shirt number on the play. I think it's Evan Garnett. Indeed it is. Garnett seemingly hitting his head as he hit the deck. After a little scuffle with Guest, Sphinx looking to continue their march up the other end of the park. Of course, head injuries, you cannot be too careful, and the rules are very clear these days. If there's any question of a head injury, the game has to be stopped. Well, Garnett, thankfully, is back on his feet, feeling a little bit worse for wear, but no intervention needed from the Long Eaton physios. And it'll be a drop ball to the feet of Sphinx captain Callum Woodward after the stoppage for Garnett's head injury. Nicholson on his right and Draper on his left. He goes behind to Jack Downs. Zito. Through the middle to Callum Woodward. Down, Sphinx still encased in their own backyard, but now they're trying to get some distance between themselves and their own goal. Lock back to Draper, forced back where he came from, and James Taylor with some good pressing. Zito switches away from Garnett and goes home with Keelan Fallows. Alex Lott asking, why are we going back? Sphinx are 1-0 down here, they've got to get on the front foot. Guest looking for the head of Sam Lockley, but it's Bucci who gets his bounce on that one to Ryan Campbell-Gordon. James Hansen. Lachlan. Now with Campbell-Gordon again. Driving on towards the net, Campbell-Gordon into the area. First time ball by Garnett, but the Garnett ball was from an offside position. And the flag is raised against the Long Eaton number 9, and this is bad news for Coventry Sphinx. Kyle Carey is in need of some assistance here. He was past fit after missing the Council game with an injury sustained at Walsall Wood, and Sphinx are preparing a substitution, and Jordan Hayward is going to take Carey's place, and this is a massive blow for Coventry Sphinx. The top scorer will not be completing this game. The referee with a quick drinks break himself. It's quite a warm day at Sphinx Drive. We're hearing that it's going to be a heat wave over the next week in Coventry. Thankfully no midweek action for the lads to lose any more energy over. Reminder to cut to the highlights of this Northern Premier League Midlands tie on our YouTube channel after the final whistle. It will be either tonight or tomorrow morning. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get a notification when the video goes live. As Sphinx are now forced into that early change. Kyle Carey leaving the field, and here comes Jordan Hayward. So it's an early bath for Kyle Carey, and Jordan Hayward will slot in. It looks like Locke is filling in the number 10 role for the rest of the game, and Hayward is on the left side of that front three. It's Keelan Fallow straight down the middle towards Lockley. Good control by Lockley. Snatches at the shot, and Hayward with his first touch! I would say it's an inspired substitution. It wasn't by choice that Carey was withdrawn, but the man from the bench, Jordan Hayward, with his very first swipe at the ball, has bagged the equaliser. Lockley with a swing and a miss. It ended up at the feet of Jordan Hayward, who curled towards the bottom corner. May have took a touch off the post on the way through too. Jordan Hayward is first of the season, just seconds after entering the field of play. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 1. We're back underway with 13 minutes to go until half-time. A free kick given as Lockley commits the foul, and it will be Gianluca Bucci about 10 yards into his own half. Floating it towards the edge of the penalty area. Taylor's up for it, beaten mid-air by Draper. Hayward curls it away down the left-hand side. Who got the final touch? It did indeed come off James Taylor, and no complaints from the Long Eaton number 11. Sphinx have the throw deep into Blues territory. We'll talk about an introduction. Jordan Hayward, within 30 seconds of coming on for the injured Kyle Carey. And it was a complete turnaround now at the Etihad. Man City leading 2-1 at home to Brentford after being behind in the opening minutes. Here's Guest. Jack Downs down the right-hand side in front of the Willie Nib stand. Locke down line with Guest again. Finds Callum Woodward back in the starting lineup. Caught by Callum Cox. Referee says nothing doing as Hansen intercepts for Long Eaton. Out of Lachlan. Catches Shaw unawares. And Nicholson was a bit of a body check there from Lachlan. Referee says play on. Sphinx had the advantage. Looked to thread it through for Sam Lockley. Are they going back for the free kick? No, they aren't, as the advantage had already been played. Here's Ronnie DeSena. Barges Draper out of the way. Taylor, Cox. Slide by Alex Locke with the ball distributed to Hansen just in time. Campbell Gordon down line with Hansen again in anchoring midfield. Floats it over the head of Garnett, and easy pickings for Keelan Fallows. It's actually King who's had to make the most saves this afternoon. Fallows. Looks for Lockley. Lockley stretches and gets enough on it to find Jordan Hayward. The flag raised, just strayed the other side of Jaden Cottrell. And the referee wants a word with Liam Lachlan. He could be heading into the book for that earlier infringement where the referee allowed play on. leaping into Riley Nicholson. Indeed, the yellow card is brandished to Liam Loughlin. Free kick on the edge of the Long Eaton penalty area to the away side, who took the lead early on through Evan Garner, but that equalising goal through Jordan Haywood makes it 1-1 with 10 minutes to go until half-time. Hansen crosses back line and finds King. Awkward touch for King, nearly allowed Lockley in. Bucci, Sphinx putting Long Eaton under pressure, but the trailing leg of James Hansen caught by Andre Williams, and has really saved Long Eaton's bacon in that scenario. Taken short to King between the sticks. King towards the left-hand side for Shaw. Beaten mid-air by Nicholson. Getting a head tennis developing in the midfield. Garnett brings that to an end. Shoulder to shoulder with Guest. Guest clears down the right. Hansen, little shove from behind by Andre Williams. Campbell Gordon. Jockeying position with Downs. Cross skewed up by Zito. Nicholson should be able to volley that one clear. Indeed he does. Lockley. Chested down by Callum Cox and thumped up by Bucci. Draws around side of the penalty area and hooked out by Jamie Draper, who's feeding that one. I think he's been kicked in the toe by James Taylor. Both men trying to get on the end of the ball. As Sphinx do have two left-backs on the bench. Well, they did until Jordan Haywood came on, but they also have Callum Martin available. It's actually the right knee of Draper that's causing the issue. He's trying to get to his feet. Well, I think he's going to need some help here. And Long Eaton want to get the game started. Well, they can't exactly play when there's a prone Jamie Draper on the deck, but now Draper is back on his feet and hobbles into the penalty area. And Draper's gone down again, and Jordan Haywood signalling that we are going to need a substitution and a second Coventry Sphinx injury in the opening 40 minutes of the game. And you'd expect it's going to be a like-for-like change with Martin replacing Draper. So Draper hobbles off the field and takes his shirt off. It's a sad end to Jamie Draper's game and a sad end to a great string of starts for the Sphinx centre-back, and he's absolutely furious that he's being forced off. So another injury absentee for Coventry Sphinx, a second injury-induced change of the first half. First Kyle Carey, now Jamie Draper. So Callum Martin is drafted in. Well, Sphinx cleared the ball down the touchline. The referee says the ball actually crossed the line on the way out, just as Long Eaton collected it. Both teams, I think, wanted to play on, but the ball's gone out. They have to call it back for the throw. Taylor can't find a route past Martin. Haywood's clearance only as far as Loughlin. Loughlin's delivery chested down by Garnett, too close to Zito, who gets the clearance away. Downs was he caught from behind. Referee says nothing doing. Lockley tries to bring it down too close to Desena, and Desena all the way home to Lewis King. And Lockley prevented from getting to the goalkeeper by Gianluca Bucci. The referee is advised by the linesman to give a free kick against Lockley. Was there a little kick by Sam Lockley as he tried to find the route past Bucci, and Bucci has now gone down. The referee is going for a chat with his fellow official. Bucci not seemingly in need of any treatment from the physio. There is a discussion underway between the referee and the linesman about that collision, shall we say, between Bucci and Lockley. Still the officials confer on that far side of the field in front of the Willie Knibbs stand. Referee checking how long this is taking, just so they can add on the subsequent time at the end of the first half. And the referee's discussion with the linesman is over. He's going to the back pocket, and a red card for Sam Lockley, and Coventry Sphinx's striking woes have gone from bad to worse. With Ashante Price now having left the club, Cam Moore unavailable, and Shay Willock suspended. This is the last thing Sphinx needed. Shay Willock red carded a couple of weeks ago against Bedworth, and now Sam Lockley receives the red card against Long Eaton. And Gianluca Bucci has received a yellow card for his role in that exchange. And Coventry Sphinx down to 10 men for the remainder of this game. The referee explaining his decision to the two captains, Lewis King and Callum Woodward. Well, the situation arose as the ball was being played back to Lewis King. Bucci playing blocker for Long Eaton, preventing Sam Lockley from getting to the ball and challenging the keeper. Then Lockley seemed to kick out at the number 6. And that is the end game there for Coventry Sphinx. The red card to Sam Lockley, who only signed on Thursday and now missed the subsequent 3 matches. So we could be looking at another striker coming in for Coventry Sphinx next week. So 3 players forced to leave the field in the opening 43 minutes for Coventry Sphinx. 2 through injury in Kyle Carey and Jamie Draper. The 3rd in Sam Lockley with a red card. And once again, the striking duties will fall to Alex Locke. More importantly, Sphinx down to 10 for the next 50 minutes. We're back underway with King's free kick. Bucci across to Desena. Callum Cox looks for the through ball to Garnett, turned away by Zito, but now the emphasis is on Long Eaton to use their numerical advantage to their advantage. Bucci taking his time. And the referee has stopped play here. I believe that Long Eaton are not entirely satisfied with the condition of the ball, and they're going to ask for a new one to be used. Desena. Nice with Cox. About to enter added time. There will be a fair chunk of it. I'd say at least 4 minutes. Cox with ball to Campbell Gordon. Shaw. Chip left for Campbell Gordon again from Lachlan. It's past Garnett, the cross, and diverted clear by Callum Martin. Good tangle between Hanson and Williams. Williams unable to bring the ball back for Sphinx. Lachlan leaves Woodward in his tracks, and Woodward's gone down hurt now. Desena. Liam Lachlan. Try to curl it top bins, and he's pretty much curled that top row rather than top bins. Well, it's not been a disastrous first half for Coventry Sphinx, so they are level. It's certainly been problematic. Julian Fallows ready to take the goal kick. Locks up for it. And the referee's giving a free kick there. Bucci with the hands on the back of Alex Locke. We are now into added minutes. I'd say there's going to be at least 4. Callum Ballinger using the time on the bench to do some pull-ups with the dugout. He may well be needed in the second half. Woodward, plenty of movement on the outskirts of the penalty area. It's towards Guest. Crucial header by Cox, who was a little unhappy that landed side by side with Guest. Sphinx trying to keep it alive. Locke just marshalled over the line. Great slot by Hayward. As Hayward looking for a route out. Zito in the centre circle. Looked for Williams on the far side of the field. Cut out by Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Now it's with James Shaw. Campbell-Gordon wants the overlap. It's played into the middle with Cox. Given away to Callum Woodward. Downs. Williams. Now Sphinx are on the march. Locke. Williams tried to stay onside, couldn't do so as the ball was played by Locke. Williams knew he was in an offside position and left it for Lewis King to find on the left side of his box. 2.5 minutes of play in the added time portion of the first half have elapsed. Hansen. Ryan Campbell-Gordon. With Shaw. Bucci played his role in getting Sam Lockley sent off. Desena. Looking for the option on the edge of the area, but Zito away. Now it's with Alex Locke. He's on his own here. Through the centre circle he goes. Down the left-hand side. Now help is on hand in Jordan Hayward, who got the equalising goal. Crossing opportunity for Hayward. Callum Martin, can he run a sky blue shirt? Williams, Alex Locke smashes it wide. Great attacking play from Coventry Sphinx, give and go football at its finest. Locke just couldn't provide the finish. Desena striding away from his own backyard after the goal kick. Here's Hansen. Crossfield ball floats over the head of Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Throwing on the halfway line for Coventry Sphinx on the right side. Looks for Locke. Does Ryan Nicholson and volleyed into relative safety by Bucci. Flicked on towards Taylor. Guarded the target but doesn't have the legs to find him. Patrick Zito with the interception. Here's Jack Downs. Woodward. Floats it right. Andre Williams will give chase and has to give up that ghost. So it bounces out for the goal kick. Take you through what's going on around the grounds at half-time before we go off there for our break at the interval. Desena, we've had 4 minutes of added time. Surely not much more now. Matty Shipman waiting. Bated breath on the far side of the field, as well as Alfonso Castellano, both hoping that they could do something to aid Sphinx's cause, both out with long-term injuries. Garnett waiting for that one in the penalty area, but thumped away from Martin, hoping to receive Loughlin's ball. Campbell-Gordon on the left side. Long Eaton will be licking their chops at the prospect of an entire second half with a man advantage. But Sphinx, I think, will be content that they're level at half-time, but won't be content with the fact that they've had a man sent off and 2 key players substituted through injury. Here's Desena. Callum Cox. Loughlin forced away from the box by Zito. Great strength on show, but somehow Loughlin able to maintain possession despite Alex Locke getting stuck in too. Here's Hansen. Maybe one more chance before the break for Long Eaton. Hansen drills it up towards Loughlin. Handball claims, referee says no. Zito powers away, and Hansen leaping towards Zito. No contact made. Referee sees right through it. But they'll come back again through Campbell-Gordon. Could put a step over to try and find some space And Hayward knocks it into the path of Garnett! With the last kick of the first half, Evan Garnett restores Long Eaton's lead, the second of the afternoon for the Blues number 9. An unfortunate touch of Jordan Hayward took it into Garnett's path, and he didn't disappoint when given the opportunity. A first half which has thrown many a roadblock in front of Coventry Sphinx. 2 injuries, a red card, and a second Evan Garnett goal. Long Eaton with the numerical advantage, and now the advantage on the score sheet. It's 2-1. And play continues after the restart. We've had 7 minutes of added time. The referee said there's going to be at least one more. Guest. Williams' header towards Alex Locke. Deflected out off Campbell Gordon. Locke. Now Nicholson. With Lewis Guest. The clearance charged down. Garnett. Rolled left with James Shaw, and this could be a chance for Lachlan. Picked his spot beautifully, but tipped around the post. Outstanding reflexes from Fallows. Fallows the only thing standing between Long Eaton and a 3-1 lead. Eight minutes of added time have been played. We're certainly going to be late starting the second half, that's for sure. But the amount of injuries and incidents, it's hardly surprising. Zito shoving Desena away from him. Personal space, boys. Need to have one more chance before the break. Nodded away by Guest. Locke. Surely there's not another twist in this first half tail. Locke Courtesy gets the ball away to Hayward. The referee's called it back now as Cottrell intervened. And we're going towards a 10th minute of added time. Woodward with a chance to float it in, what will surely be the last chance of the first half. In fact, we've said that for the last 3 efforts. Oh, Zito! It found a Patrick Zito, wasn't expecting it, couldn't nod it towards the net. Cleared by Long Eaton, and one of the most incident-packed first half that I can remember for a very long time finally comes to a close after 9 minutes of added time. Sphinx losing 2 players through injury, a third through a red card, 2-1 down at the break, both through Evan Garnett. It ends, first half at least, at 2-1 to Long Eaton United. Let's take you through the current scores around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Bedworth 0, Shepshed Dynamo 0, Boldmere 1, Wellingborough 1, Coleshill 1, Darlaston 2, Lye 0, Corby 0, Sporting Castle 1, Hinckley Leicester Road 1, Walsall Wood 0, Racing Club Warwick 0, and Worcester City 1, Quorn 1. In the Premier League, full-time score: Southampton 0, Manchester United 3. Brighton 0, Ipswich 0, Crystal Palace 0, Leicester City 1, Fulham 1, West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 0, and Man City 2. Brentford 1, and Coventry City maintain their advantage at home, away at Watford. Right, I need to catch my breath after an insane first half. We'll be back in around 10 minutes for the second half. Second half set to start here at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 2. A first half full of intrigue and incidents for Coventry Sphinx, with 2 players off injured, 1 off for a red card, and 2 goals for Long Eaton United. But Sphinx did get an equalising goal through Jordan Hayward in the first half before Evan Garnett's second of the afternoon made it 2-1 to Long Eaton. We're underway again with Sphinx now kicking from left to right in their sky blue and white home strip, with Long Eaton in red and black. Let's see if the boys can bring something home with their backs against the wall in this second half. Here's Callum Woodward. Garnett on the edge of the area, was given away cheaply. As far as Cox, couldn't keep in the confines of play, out for a throw-in in front of the Willie Nibbs stand. With Downs. Zito. It's for Andre Williams, tapped away by Desena, and out for a throw-in on the halfway line for the Sphinx. Cal Martin, the first half substitute. Lock being held from behind, referee says nothing doing, punted up by Callum Woodward. Andre Williams is onside, and he could be through on goal. No, the flag is raised at the last minute. Lewis Guest accusing the lines of guessing the decision. It looked marginal, it must be said. I thought Andre Williams had got the better of the offside trap there, but not to be. Campbell Gordon. Cliff Hansen avoids the challenge of Jordan Hayward. Cottrell. Lunging by Callum Woodward, snatches it away from Lachlan. Long Eaton forced back into their own backyard with Desena. Now Bucci. Thumps it left-hand side. Shaw will give chase, and James Shaw gets there. Looking for the crossing opportunity down line with Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Callum Martin stabs it away. Lock heads it on, but the second's collected by Lachlan. Garnett, and Lachlan takes it on into the area. Guest able to find Keelan Fallows. And swiped to relative safety by the Sphinx shot stopper. The wind starting to pick up now with a sunny Sphinx Drive, and James Shaw saw Keelan Fallows out of position, but unfortunately for Shaw, the shot was out of position too. Made sure to Guest from the goal kick. It's for Hayward, but it's beaten mid-air by Cox. Martin. Jack Downs in anchoring midfield for Coventry Sphinx. Tries to create some space for himself in the midfield. Runs into a red wall. Finds Cal Martin. Woodward the intended target, but bounces away from him to the path of Desena. Through the legs of Riley Nicholson. Campbell Gordon couldn't find a route through, and out with Andre Williams. Downs. Woodward in a congested midfield. Swatted away from the ball by Callum Cox. Oh, and a scuffle between Cox and Woodward. Tempers starting to get the better of Coventry Sphinx on that occasion. They don't need any more infractions for the referee to deal with. Thankfully, the referee kicks the card in the pocket on that occasion, but Callum Woodward less than happy. Guess heads away from his own backyard. Hayward dragged down from behind by Desena. Referee says nothing doing. Onto the left-hand side of Alex Locke. Tries to clear, it's charged down by Cox, and out of play for a throw-in front of the home dugout. Sphinx still have options on the bench, including Callum Ballinger, Ronui, and Tola Omatola. Bucci at the back. Pressure from Andre Williams, but finds Lewis King between the sticks. Long Eaton looking for just their second win of the season. Not good touch by Jaden Cottrell, but keeps it in. Cox. To Lachlan. Good strength on show against Jack Downs. Crossing opportunity from the right-hand side through James Taylor. Well, Peter Crouch wasn't getting his head to that one, let alone Evan Garnett. Straight out for the goal kick. Coventry City still 1-0 up at Watford through that 4th minute Ellis Sims goal. Let's hope that Mark Robbins and the boys can get the victory with that big EFL trophy match at home to Spurs coming up. Throw by Fallows to Ronnie Nicholson. Guest. Now Alex Locke. To Downs. Good pressure on show from Long Eaton United, putting Sphinx under the cushion in their own backyard, but Guest has dealt with that one beautifully. He was sent to the ground but maintained possession. Downs launching it towards Andre Williams, headed away by Bucci. Nice with Locke playing a deeper role in this second half. Zito collects at centre-back. Flying down the left-hand side looking for Jordan Hayward, but dealt with by Cottrell. Here's Bucci at centre-back for Long Eaton. Ryan Campbell-Gordon spots the new boy, James Shaw, in space on the left flank, cutting in. Nicholson sticks a boot in, diverts it out for the throw-in, level with the penalty area. Long Eaton not content with sitting back and accepting this 2-1 lead with the numerical advantage. They want the 3rd goal, they want to make it safe. Garnett with both of the goals for Long Eaton so far. Cross towards Cottrell at the far post. Cal Martin ensures it won't reach him, heads down for a corner. And Liam Lachlan will head over to take it. Lachlan places the ball ready for the delivery. Campbell-Gordon was offering the short option, but Lachlan's going to decline. Bucci's at the far post. Well, you can't get much further than that from Liam Lachlan out for a goal kick. Curled out. Floated over every outfield player. Coventry Sphinx 1. Long Eaton United 2 after 52 minutes at Sphinx Drive. Reminder, Coventry Sphinx are down to 10 men after the dismissal on his debut of Sam Lockley. Guest was for Hayward off the shoulder of Hayward. Handball appeals from Long Eaton, and clearly he's look up the laws of handball for that one. Williams, so in search of his first Coventry Sphinx goal. Woodward shifts down the right-hand side for Nicholson. Andre Williams, can he turn and shoot? Dings it towards Hayward! Off the post! Hayward that close to a brace! Off the base of the post, Hayward so unlucky. Locked back in, Williams! Look for Jordan Hayward, but Hanson will play it out of danger. And now at the other end, Long Eaton have Sphinx outnumbered. It's with Taylor. Taylor stings the gloves of Keelan Fires on the as far as Garnett, slid away by Zito. It's not over yet. It is now. Smothered by Fallows after the strike by Lachlan. The short-sightedness from Long Eaton United. Shaw was free on the left-hand side and would have been a better option with the initial effort. Campbell-Gordon, Shaw, look for Campbell-Gordon again. Too close to Jack Downs, who plays it off Campbell-Gordon and fires it along the right-hand side. Headed to the midfield by Shaw, Hanson. Now Jaden Cottrell. Sphinx are not going to let this lie. They're not going to lie down and accept defeat. This is their home patch. They've got to go and get this, at least a share of the spoils. It's going to be a real tall order with only 10 men. Here's Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Covered all the way by Downs into the corner on the left side. Campbell-Gordon. This is the area it goes. A chance for Cox to put it back in. There was no easy route for Long Eaton. Cottrell. And then a chance for Garnett for the hat-trick! The perfect afternoon for Evan Garnett. Top bins from the Long Eaton number 9. He's taking the match ball home. Everyone back for Coventry Sphinx, but they couldn't keep Long Eaton at bay for much longer. Relentless pressure over the last couple of minutes from the away side. Garnett got sight of goal again, and he's got the taste for the nets this afternoon. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 3. Long Eaton on their way. It's their second league victory of the season. Well, as we spoke to at half-time, we're expecting a long second half. It looks like that's prophecy is coming to fruition. Lock. Loses out to Lachlan. And now Garnett, does he fancy a fourth? Garnett! Straight down the sight of Keelan Fallows, who was not going to be caught out again. Messrs Thomas and Woodward on the touchline. Got a lot to think about over the next half hour or more. Andrew Williams called out there, hand in the back of Gianluca Bucci. Just as it was starting to look promising down that right side. Free kick to Long Eaton. Lewis King. DeSena. That's centre-back for Long Eaton, who will now be looking to see this comfortable position all the way through to the 90th minute. King, Cox, first line ball to Bucci, successful debut for the former Kozol man. Ryan Campbell-Gordon, out with Lachlan. Evades capture from Jack Downs, still going Lachlan. Cannons off the leg of Lewis Guest. But it'll come back to Lachlan, trying to marshal his way through that Sphinx back line. Campbell-Gordon headed up by Guest. And still it will come back. Lachlan plays it off Callum Woodward, and the Long Eaton fans behind Keelan Fallows' goal, ecstatic as they're given the corner. Just under an hour gone at Sphinx Drive. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 3. As Cox prepares to take the corner. Diving header at the near post by Hansen, didn't make any impression on the ball. And lunge by Hayward, frankly, didn't make any impression either. Not the best of deliveries from Cox. But it'll come to Lachlan. Liam Lachlan looking for a route through, stopped in his tracks by Jack Downs. Hayward, the counter is on for Coventry Sphinx. He tried to cushion it to Alex Lubbock, cut out by Cottrell. Now Callum Martin at left back. Sphinx with a very difficult fortnight to come. The trip to Quorn next Saturday before a short hop into Leicestershire for match against Anstey. And then it's Corby at home. O'Shea will be back in time for the game against Anstey Nomads after his ban, but Joe Percy also out suspended. Now Sam Lockley out for the next 3 too. And Nicholson feels he was caught in the face there. Referee doesn't agree. It's Garnett! Everything he touches turns to gold! An acrobatic effort from Evan Garnett, who has owned this game. Every chance he's had, he's put away. Sphinx will be unhappy as Ronnie Nicholson went to ground after being hit in the face. But you can't question the finish. Things are just going from bad to worse for Coventry Sphinx, but for Long Eaton, this will be a day they treasure for a long time. About Evan Garnett, one of the most successful striking performances of his career. Oh, controversy around that goal from a Coventry Sphinx point of view. As there was actually an elbow towards the face of Ronnie Nicholson. And substitution coming up for the away side. Changes for both sides here at Sphinx Drive. Callum Ballinger comes on for Riley Nicholson, and what we expect to be Ballinger playing at right back after an elbow to the face of Riley Nicholson. Two more changes expected with Roan Nui and Tola Otamola getting ready. And also Connor Pace has been drafted in to replace James Hansen. Williams. Downs dispossessed. Pace. Only as far as Downs. Jordan Hayward on the right-hand side. Can Sphinx had a little bit more gloss to this scoreline with the crossing opportunity for Jordan Hayward. Locke couldn't bring it under control. He will get to the seconds. Woodward looking for Martin. Alex Locke stopped in its tracks by Desena. Cleared as far as Keelan Fallows. Lofted into the centre circle. Cox goes to the ground. Downs came with it momentarily, but Pace getting stuck in. And now it's with Cottrell, the right back. Desena goes home with Lewis King. Could be another change coming up for Long Eaton United. Of course, Sphinx only have two left. They had to use two at the first half. Cottrell, determined run. Hand in the back of Martin, takes him off his stride, and Cito strides away with the ball at his feet. Looks for Andre Williams, but the wind stops the ball before it could reach him. It's to Desena, slide by Hayward, couldn't make contact with the ball. And now with Campbell Gordon, the left back. Looks for Cox, sliding challenge by Hayward, takes it out for the throw, taken quickly. Here's Bucci. Crossfield ball to Desena. Cottrell was looking for an option up front, but could only find Patrick Zito. As he tries to stretch to get to that return ball from Downs, thankfully gets there just ahead of Liam Loughlin. All good bounce with Bucci on that clearance, but gets his head on it. Lock for Coventry Sphinx. Not giving up on that one, but tried to swipe at Campbell Gordon. Just a sign of the frustration for Coventry Sphinx. Ballinger able to stop the left back in his tracks. And Locke's taking a chunk off the pitch as well. Look, he didn't take a chunk out the Long Eaton player. His own backyard, Jack Downs on the ball for Coventry Sphinx. So that Long Eaton attack didn't come to fruition. A throw-in will be the result as Martin tried to continue down the left-hand side, but swept out. Substitution for Long Eaton United, replacing number 5, Riley DeSena, is number 12, Owen Betts. Substitution for Coventry Sphinx, please show your appreciation for number 11, Alex Locke. Replaced by number 16, Roan Nui. So Rowan Nui drafted in at the expense of Alex Locke, and Owen Betts brought into play by Long Eaton, and handball claims there surely against Bucci. Bounced up onto the forearm of Bucci. He's having a go at Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Only one man to blame there for that incident, and it wasn't Campbell-Gordon. So Lewis Guest with the captain's armband just into Sphinx territory with the free kick. Amatola's in there, as is Nui. Head across to Amatola, but cleared by Bucci. Downs. Pace in with a challenge. And now acres of space down the left-hand side. Casey Johnson, he's got Garnett to his right. Johnson goes for glory. Well, it may have been 3 points in a rugby match, but it's not going to add any gloss to the scoreline for Long Eaton. Well, I doubt the Sphinx Army are going to want to have a look at the highlights of this one, but on the off chance that you do, it will be available tomorrow morning here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload the videos. Thrown head away by Martin. And out for a Coventry Sphinx throw. Wasted throw there by Long Eaton. Martin looking for an option along the left-hand side. Downs beaten to that aerial punch, headed up by Pace. Ballinger up there. And Andre Williams down the left-hand side. Covered up by Betts. It will be a throw-in level with the penalty area. Got to give credit to Sphinx. They're not going to roll over and let Long Eaton have their way. Martin wants support. Nui and Ballinger there, and it is to Callum Ballinger. Callum Martin couldn't find a route through, and it's cleared along the left touchline. Zito. Nui runs towards the centre circle, and it's now with Jordan Hayward. Walks around the midfield. Cross with ball to Johnson. Taylor, Campbell-Gordon making his presence felt. That's a great save by Keelan Fallows, but it's not over yet. Here's Garnett. Surely not another one. Blocked to the near post by Fallows. It's going to be the first strike Garnett's had that hasn't ended up in the back of the net. Well, chance of we want 5 from the travelling supporters. The way it's going at the moment, they may well get their wish. It's Cox in. Strong header by Martin at the near post, but it will come back to Cox. Second delivery by Cox. Yes, gets his head to that one at the far post, but I think Bucci got a touch on the way through too. Indeed he did. Tries to prevent it from going out for the goal kick. Unsuccessful. And it will go out for a kick for Fallows. One of the Premier League scores: Brighton 0, Ipswich 0, Palace 1, Leicester 2, Fulham 1, West Ham 0, Liverpool 0, Nottingham Forest 1 and Man City 2, Brentford 1. Ballinger. Oh, good one for Jack down to the midfield, but he's able to get to it. Scrambles across the loose ball, and Keelan Fallows to distribute it from goal. Ottomo's up there. Nui. Challenged from behind by Pace, and Pace gets the better of him along the left-hand side to Casey Johnson. Ballinger following him all the way. Stumbled by Johnson. Johnson still able to find the teammates. Sphinx want the throw, and they're going to get it. As it rolled over the touchline, it looks like Campbell-Gordon had got a touch on the way through. There will be a throw-in just in front of the Sphinx camera. Williams shielding from pace. Finds Zito in the centre circle. Now Cal Martin. Zito again. 15 minutes to go. Coventry Sphinx 1. Long Eaton United 4. Haywood into a more central location. Williams. Throw Nui. Nui curls one. Simple gather for Lewis King. King clears. Zito heads it back where it came from. To the feet of Cox. Here's pace. Lachlan. Cox. Switch to the play, beautifully distributed to Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Johnson. Cross cannons off Jordan Haywood. Ballinger fighting for position with Campbell-Gordon. It's collected by Pace. Connor Pace. Now with Cox. Owen Betts, the substitute. Long Eaton looking to complete the old 5. Lachlan. Block made by Martin. Cooks. Lined up here. Cross bounces through. An unchallenged penalty area. Goal kick for Coventry Sphinx. A slight delay in play here as the referee, I think, is asking that only 2 members of the Sphinx coaching staff are allowed in the dugout. Callum Martin was offering his expertise. And the referee demonstrating with the Long Eaton management about the same issue. Getting away again with Keelan Fellows' goal kick. Cox, and they're only as far as Ballinger, but straight back to Cox. Swipes that one to the left-hand side of play. Jordan Haywood shepherded into touch away from Casey Johnson, throwing right in the corner. Sphinx have got to try and find their route out of danger. Andre Williams. Jordan Haywood. It's for Otamola. Put away by Bucci. Williams off balance. Look for the crossfield ball, but couldn't find the sky blue shirt. Ends up in the away dugout. Casey Johnson. One into the area. Garnett, K turn and shoot. No, he's held back by Zito. Keelan Fallows finishes off the danger. Williams goes to ground in the centre circle. Referee says nothing doing. Tries to slide it onto a teammate, but collected by Betts. Campbell-Gordon. Beautiful crossfield ball to find number 10, Lachlan. Chip past to Campbell-Gordon. It's like FIFA Street at the moment for Long Eaton. Garnett. Man marked by Zito, and Zito able to wrestle the ball away. Fires it into the practice field. Ironic cheers from the Long Eaton supporters, but Zito did his job. Just over 10 minutes of normal time to go. I dare say Sphinx won't want a lot of stoppage time. Ryan Campbell-Gordon. Casey Johnson. Cross turned away by Downs. Crossfield to Lachlan. Cox. Campbell Gooden with the freedom of Coventry on that left-hand side. Now Jordan Hayward inside challenge, takes it out for the corner. Hayward believes it deflected out of Ryan Campbell-Gordon. The referee does not agree. In the grand scheme of things, Hayward may be resolutely defending his point, but it doesn't really matter in the scoreline. Sphinx aren't going to get anything out of this match. Delivery, flashes across the face of goal there. I think Taylor was trying to get his bonds on that one. And it is out for a goal kick, despite the best efforts on the far side of the right back. Follows. Bounces through the centre circle. Plenty of time for Campbell-Gordon to decide what he's going to do next. Bucci. Betts to Lachlan. Take a little bit deeper in this second half. Here's Cottrell. Bucci. To Cottrell again. Cox. Campbell-Gordon waiting in bated breath on this near side. He's waiting to get involved in play. He won't get the ball though. Callum Martin charges down the challenge. A clear drag on the shirt by Connor Pace on Roan Nui, and the referee is going to bring the card out. No effort to play the ball or intervene with play legally by Connor Pace. Ballinger's delivery, head across by Guest. Betts away as far as Jordan Hayward, who got the equaliser for Coventry Sphinx. That feels like a lifetime ago. Tries the cross, cannons off Campbell-Gordon, and striding away with it now is Casey Johnson. Down, stops him in his tracks. Ballinger down the right flank for Jordan Hayward. If Sphinx can get a second goal here, they can start to dream perhaps in a free kick as Callum Ballinger shot down by Casey Johnson. And he wants to take it quickly. Hayward in close proximity. He's going to go for a launch into the box towards Guest and Zito. Neither could make a meaningful contact on the ball. And cleared for a throw-in just shy of the away dugout for Coventry Sphinx. Williams. Crossing into the centre of the park. Downs. Asking a lot of Ballinger. Martin couldn't get there either. Powerful punt over to the left-hand side. Too powerful, in fact. And it's going to be a throw-in midway into their own turf for Long Eaton, who have had this game wrapped up since the first couple of minutes of the second half. King stumbles as he clears the ball. Zito nods it down and out for a throw on the halfway line to Long Eaton. Garnett. Slide by Zito, it cannons off Lachlan, straight back to Fallows. Otamola. Ballinger looks for Andre Williams. Hooked out for the corner by Gianluca Bucci. Corner kick opportunity for Coventry Sphinx in what has been a barren second half. Ballinger. Guess was up there. Got it on target, but not with the venom it needed to beat King. Referee has to duck out of the way there with Long Eaton on the counter. The through ball towards Lachlan. Intercepted by Jordan Hayward. Keelan Fallow sends that one high into the sky blue sky. Sphinx will be feeling very blue at the conclusion of the game unless something very, very special happens. Ballinger and Newey running into each other, losing possession thanks to Callum Cox. Lachlan, Taylor, down the right touchline. Stumbling through, loses the ball, Taylor, referee says nothing doing. As he hits the deck, playing back to Fallows. Jack Downs. Taylor tries to get involved for Long Eaton. He's guessed 4 minutes of normal time to go. Deft flick on by Williams to Jordan Hayward. Williams again, but sticking his boot in was Pace. Throw in front of the Sphinx camera. Throw taken very much out of position by Lewis Guest, but it's a short one to Keelan Fallows. To Otamola. Martin takes it on along the left. Otamola in support. Downs. Jack Downs fancies his chances, cannons off Casey Johnson. Hayward sprinting away from Johnson, into the corner he goes, now looking for a route out. It's Hayward's delivery. Otamola at the far post. It's a crossing opportunity now for the striker. Martin. Looks for Otamola again, who was out of position. And collected by Betts. Zito bundled over from behind by Garnett. We are throwing only on the halfway line to Long Eaton. Cox finds Johnson with the freedom of Coventry on this near side. Campbell Gordon wants it played through. It is played through. Garnett for 5. Cool as you like. Perfect delivery. Perfect finish. Perfect day for Garnett and Long Eaton. 5-1 to Long Eaton United, and they're all Garnett's. 2 minutes of play left. Who's to say Garnett will stop there? He's in possession of the ball, which he fully intends to take home. Just like Long Eaton are all set to take the 3 points home. It's been their day. It's been his day. And a game that Coventry Sphinx will swiftly want to forget. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 5. Still a minute of play to go. Ballinger. Jack Downs. Newey was looking for Hayward, but launched away in the fringes of the penalty area. Fallows. Fucked up field, headed back where he came from by Bucci. One last substitution being prepared by Long Eaton as that ball from the back headed back to Keelan Fallows by Lewis Guest. And 3 added minutes will be played. Sphinx will hope these 3 minutes go by very, very quickly. Johnson will give chase that ball down the left-hand side, and it's just going to roll away from him. And here comes the change for Long Eaton, and Sphinx will be very happy to see the back of Evan Garnett. Substitution for Long Eaton United, replacing number 9, Evan Garnett, number 16, Aaron Cole. So Cole on for the last couple of minutes as Garnett's day is done. Cole passing to the invisible man there, hoping for an overlap which never came, and out for the throw-in. 90 seconds of the added minutes have been played. Hayward. Muscled in that challenge. It's back with King. Otamola. And Rowan Nui, with an ambitious effort, didn't have the power behind it to beat the defence. Apologies if it's not the fun-filled broadcast that we usually have here on the Sphinx YouTube channel, but it's not been a particularly enjoyable afternoon for Coventry Sphinx. Long Eaton fans will beg to differ, of course. Downs, chest control to Callum Ballinger in midfield. Into the last couple of seconds here at Sphinx Drive. Casey Johnson gets the ball caught under his feet. Here's Jack Downs. Trying to dart through the back line, but Johnson slides the ball away. Here's King. Towards the left-hand side with Johnson headed up by Hayward. Jordan Hayward trying to get to the second, and does. Ballinger. And the referee's whistle ends what has been a nightmare day for Coventry Sphinx, but an absolute dream of a 90 minutes for Long Eaton. They will feel their season starts here. 5 goals in a 5-star performance from Evan Garnett. Well, for Coventry Sphinx, it's back to the treatment table and back to the drawing board. Final score at Sphinx Drive in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 5. Well, thanks for joining us. The highlights will be available tomorrow here in the Sphinx YouTube channel. Congratulations to Long Eaton. We're back next Saturday with a trip to Quorn, and hopefully it will be a more enjoyable afternoon for the boys in blue. Once again, final score, Coventry Sphinx 1, Long Eaton United 5. Liam Cook signing off for the afternoon. Thanks very much.